There's by now an age-old question, what 9mm handgun for self-defense? Well, there's a lot of good ones. From the left to the right, we've got a Ruger SR9, we've got a Glock 19, and we have the Ruger LC9 with the Glock style safe trigger system. There's obviously significant differences in weight and in bulk. The heaviest by far is the Ruger SR9. Glock is not very heavy, but it's a little on the bulky side, and certainly for concealed carry, the Ruger LC9 is an easy winner as far as concealment. So how do they shoot? Well, let's try to do a little rudimentary comparison at 9 yards. So this is only 9 yards, but self-defense applications can be quite a bit closer than that. Sometimes just a matter of 5 or 6 feet. But that depends on your conditions, and a lot of that is your choice. Alright, for starters we'll take a few shots with the Glock with some 115 grain Winchester silver tips and see if we can stop the threat. We're currently being attacked by sticky paper. So after the first shot, which was a flyer, it's easy enough to see that the Glock grouped pretty good. Most of the shots within about 2 inches. So for self-defense, the Glock 19 is always a good choice. Some folks find it a little bulky. And it's not heavy, but bulky for concealed carry. But that's personal choice. But the Glock's easy to shoot. It's been one of my favorites for years and years and years. And of course, you've got a lot of horsepower there. 15 round capacity on the Glock 19, 17 round capacity on the Glock 17, obviously. For a nightstand gun, you can't ask for much more. Depending on the ammo that you use, obviously you need to do a little sight adjustments. Obviously, I'm throwing them all to the left, so they need to go, the sights need to go to the right and up a little bit for this range. But the accuracy is more than required for intimate self-defense. So let's move it along. We'll shoot the Ruger. And we'll put down some fresh paper just to make it look a little bit, a little better. Next up is the Ruger, heavier gun, very, very easy to shoot. It's heavy, it's bulky, not ideal for concealed carry, much less deep concealment, but it's an easy gun to shoot. There's just no recoil with this thing. Same situation, we're being attacked by sticky paper, and we're stuck with our Ruger SR9. So there we go, a couple flyers to the left, no doubt shooter error, just plinking away, but the Ruger's a good shooting gun. Very, very, very soft shooting. The only negative is that it's bulky. All right, for our grand finale, if you want to call it that, we're going to use our little dinky Ruger LC9s. Not much to it. It's about a pound. You can see it's primary frame, the barrel and the slide, smaller than my hand. So for concealed carry, this is about as small. Well, to make it shootable, this is about as small as I'd want to go in a 9mm. But we'll see if we can kill paper at 9 yards. So here we go. We're running out of daylight, so we'll just run a few rounds to the Ruger. We're using Winchester 147 grain rounds, and just see what happens. Well, there you go. Obviously, the Ruger LC9s likes this Winchester 147 grain stuff a lot better than the Federal ammo I was trying the other day. But you've got holes touching, even though it's a whippier gun, slightly more felt recoil. That's plenty accurate for intimate self-defense. Like all guns, you have to try 3, 4, 5 different brands of ammo to see what one individual firearm likes, and that's true whether it's a rifle, whether it's a pistol, or even a shotgun. So I'm happy with it. For concealed carry, no question. I think the Ruger LC9 is finally Ruger's winner. It won't shoot wonderfully good with all ammo, nothing does, but generally 1 out of the 3, either the Hornady Critical Defense, the Spear Gold Dots, or the Barnes bullets, they're all excellent. And this is 9 yards. Self-defense range is generally closer than that. If it's much farther than this, it really couldn't rationally be called self-defense, certainly in many jurisdictions. So, thumbs up to the Ruger, although certainly as a nightstand gun, I'd take the extra horsepower of a Glock 19, or even as let's say, a vehicle gun, not concealed carry. I'd certainly go with the Glock or even the Ruger SR9. I don't like the Ruger SR9 because of all the redundant safeties and the magazine disconnect that thankfully the little Ruger LC9s Pro, I don't know what's pro about it, but it doesn't have any external safeties. It doesn't have a magazine disconnect, so it's a far more practical carry gun than the other Rugers that are encumbered with all the stupid safeties that can cost you your life in the wrong situation. The Ruger LC9 is certainly a much lighter gun, a much smaller gun. There is a little bit more muzzle flip, but the accuracy, as you can see, is plenty good enough, certainly to self-defense ranges. So there's not much not to like. You pull the trigger, it goes bang, and for intimate self-defense, more than accurate enough. It may be better than this, contingent on the ammo. But I like it. I think Ruger's finally got a winner here. I think that the supplied grips are just fine. I think Ruger's a little chintzy because they only give you 1 magazine. They easily could have thrown in an extra magazine. and the extended magazine is ridiculously overpriced, so Ruger's getting a little too greedy there. But basically, it's a great functional little gun. I like the grips just fine. I wouldn't want anything smaller. It is a little on the small side. Talon grips will bulk it up. The Talon neoprene grips are exceptionally good. And this has got the traditional little 3 white dot that most people are familiar with. Those can be easily upgraded as well. I like the XS sights big dot. But sights, grips, all that stuff is personal preference. Try a lot and decide on what feels best for you. But out of the box, it's pretty good. So there's no real gripe about what you get. It's certainly economically priced, and it works great. And the trigger's vastly improved. So Ruger's finally got a winner as far as I'm concerned. It's a good little carry piece for a nightstand piece. Sure, I'd take a heavier gun, higher capacity, Glock 19, Glock 17, or even the Ruger SR9, but probably a Glock because it doesn't have all the goofy redundant safeties, the magazine disconnect, all that stuff just gets in the way. So try them all and make an informed decision, and you'll have fun doing it. We'll see you later.